Pueblo here doing some Crysis 3, my favorite part of the game I always go to. So I want to do some 5K resolution, and we're also going to do advanced graphics. Everything's on very high, just no lens flares. So here is 5K resolution. The reason why I'm coming back to this part before I tell you is, now I'm going to tell you now, is that I did order the GTX 1080 Ti. It's on its way. The thing is that I have some stuff to handle, family things, and I'm going to be away for about a week. So I'm not going to be able to start the videos till, I guess, the following Tuesday. Not this Tuesday, the following Tuesday. I should be back home from my journey. But anyway, I wanted to do some 5K resolution. I'm going to start doing 5K resolution videos, especially when I get the GTX 1080 Ti. But I wanted to show you the status of where this card is, the GTX 1080, if you try to do a 5K experience, which is obviously a lot it's just majorly taxing. And the reason why the GTX 1080 just struggles is definitely the memory interface, the bandwidth. It's a 256-bit interface, and it's just not wide enough to allow this card to have the breathing room that it needs to handle these super high resolutions. That's why the card, though, it looks really, really good, and it was, set up for 4K, so you thought it's really not a 4K card. Of course, some games it does run 4K quite well. Like a Battlefield and stuff like that, especially Battlefield 4 and stuff. And some older games, obviously, you're going to have some really, really good 4K gaming experience. But when you go into the graphical games like Crysis 3 and Witcher 3 and like even Ghost Recon Wildlands, which is obviously a freaking pig right now, though I still think it's a Ubisoft game and it needs a lot more optimization, you're going to have the issues of where the card just can't handle it. So what I'm looking forward to is when I get my card, this is my favorite spot, and I always go to this one exact spot to start my new card. So I will be doing that very, very soon. It's just so sloppy. Literally, yeah, kind of funny when you say that, right? But it's as you see, you're in the 20s right now. It's just not handling it too well. It's just not meant for these really, really high resolutions, and it really does suffer here. You see in the 20s with a 5K gaming experience. So I hope you did not get this card with that intention. Obviously, two of them would run better, but it's still, you're still making a card run at its higher resolutions. Like I said, anybody who's thinking, listen, we had a major price drop with GTX 1080s. I mean, it's an amazing thing. They're down to like $499. That's just absolutely incredible to me that these cards are going to be dropping that much or whatever. But you got to take that in consideration. If you're going to get these cards, they're fantastic for 1440p gaming. Excellent. That's what the card was made for. 3440 by 1440, it still gives a fantastic gaming experience. And for you guys who are still locked into that 1920 by 1080, which you really should jump up to a higher resolution. It's, if you can down the road, it's the best upgrade you'll ever do is get to higher resolutions. It's just, there's no comparison. 1920 by 1080 it does look good, and if you don't play at a higher resolution, that's all you know, and that's all you see. But when you start going to 2560 by 1440 or 3440 by 1440, and you get a nice 144 hertz monitor, or at least 100 hertz monitor, your face will drop on the difference from 1920 by 1080 to this type of resolution. But, it's obviously, it can't handle it too well. As you see, we're in a 23, 24 FPS range. And this baby's cranked up pretty good. We got a 2050 hertz, megahertz on the GPU core clock, and the memory is overclocked an extra 300. And this is what it's going to perform as, This is all it could really handle and stuff like that. Now, this guy, I love when he wipes his ass down here. But I wanted to do this video because pretty soon, very soon, we'll be doing this with the GTX 1080 Ti, and we'll see how that boy can handle this resolution and the other resolutions as well.